The trig identities we mentioned in the last video can be used to verify these identities. Now, verifying an identity is a fancy way of saying make the left side, prove that the left side is the same as the right side. And usually the easiest way to do that is to make something such as sine x equals sine x, or tan x equals tan x. Just make it be the same thing. So as a hint, I would advise you to start with the more complicated side and transform it into the other side using basic identities, algebra, or other established identities. So in other words, there's nothing that we really want to do with sine x in the first one, but we do want to mess around with the cosine x, tan x, because that's the more complicated side. So what should we remember? We should remember that tan x is a quotient identity of sine x over cosine x. So we can rewrite this as cosine x times sine x over cosine x. And we should see that the cosines cancel each other out, leaving us with sine x equals sine x. So we proved that identity, or verified it. Okay, let's remember for the next one that the secant of theta, keep in mind theta or x or alpha or anything we use, it doesn't matter. It's just mentioning an angle. It's the same thing as 1 over cosine theta. And we should remember that cotangent theta is the reciprocal of tangent. So this would be cosine theta over sine theta. And we should remember that cosecant theta equals 1 over sine theta. So in this situation, every single piece has an identity that we probably want to look at. So secant theta is 1 over cosine theta. Cotangent is cosine theta over sine theta. And cosecant is 1 over sine theta. All right, so let's see what cancels out. The cosines cancel each other out, and that's it. But from there, we should see that we have 1 over sine theta equals 1 over sine theta, which we know is cosecant. You don't necessarily have to show this last step, but it does kind of bring it back home to make it the right side, equal the right side. So again, start with the more complicated side and transform it into the other side using basic identities, algebra, or other established identities. As you're going through this assignment, it's a good habit to write down some of those identities on the side each time.